Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself, because this is something most people have experienced at least once, but almost no one talks about it. Have you ever had an orgasm and then suddenly something weird happened? Maybe you started laughing uncontrollably, or you felt emotional, like you wanted to cry for no reason. Maybe you got a sudden headache, or your body felt weak, or you even sneezed right after. And in that moment, instead of enjoying it, your mind went straight to, wait, is this normal? Is something wrong with me? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. Welcome to Real Talk Bedroom. I'm Dr. Chloe Anderson, and today we're going to talk about something that sounds strange at first, but is actually deeply connected to how your brain, your body, and your nervous system respond to pleasure. We're talking about unusual reactions during or after orgasm, the kind of reactions that confuse people, embarrass them, and sometimes even make them avoid intimacy altogether. But here's the truth. Your body is not malfunctioning, it's responding. And once you understand what's actually happening, everything starts to make sense. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn will completely change how you see your own reactions and your partner's. Now, let's start with something simple but very important. Most people think orgasm is just a physical event, a buildup followed by release. But that's not even close to the full picture. An orgasm is actually one of the most intense full-body experiences your nervous system can go through. It's not just your body. It's your brain, your hormones, your emotions, your muscles, your breathing. Everything activates at once. And for a few seconds, your body is basically in overload mode. Now, for most people, that overload feels good, pleasurable, controlled, predictable. But for some people, that same intensity spills over into unexpected reactions, and this has a real name. It's called periorgasmic phenomena, which simply means unusual responses that happen around the time of orgasm. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because these reactions are not just in your head. They are real, documented, and studied. We're talking about things like headaches that hit right after climax, sudden muscle weakness where your body feels like it can't hold itself up, tingling sensations in different parts of the body, sneezing, yawning, even laughing or crying without control, and yes, in rare cases, even hallucinations. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can something like pleasure cause something like that? That's exactly what we're going to break down. Because once you understand the why, the fear disappears. Let's start with the physical reactions, things like headaches, muscle weakness, or tingling. During orgasm, your body goes through a rapid series of changes. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, your muscles contract intensely, your breathing changes, and your brain releases a flood of chemicals. Now imagine all of that happening at once. For most people, it's fine, but for some, that sudden spike can trigger physical reactions. For example, headaches. Some people experience what's called an orgasm headache, and this isn't just mild discomfort. For some, it can feel intense, even like a migraine. Why? Because during arousal and climax, many people unconsciously tense their neck and jaw muscles. That tension, combined with increased blood flow and pressure, can trigger pain in the head. Now let's talk about something that sounds even stranger, feeling sensations in completely unrelated parts of the body, like tingling in the face or even pain in the feet. This actually comes down to how your brain is wired. Inside your brain, there's a map of your body, and some areas are located very close to each other. The regions that process genital sensations are very close to the ones that process sensations from your feet. So during intense stimulation, signals can overlap, and your brain can mix those signals. That's why some people feel sensations in unexpected places. It's not random, it's neurological. Now, let's talk about something that affects people emotionally: crying after orgasm. This one confuses a lot of people because they think, if I'm crying, does that mean something is wrong? Am I upset? Am I not enjoying this? But here's the truth. Crying after orgasm is not necessarily about sadness. It's about emotional release. During orgasm, your brain releases powerful chemicals like oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. These are the same chemicals involved in bonding, connection, and emotional processing. So when they surge, they can trigger emotional responses, tears, relief, even a sense of vulnerability. This is sometimes called postcoital dysphoria. And it doesn't mean the experience was negative. It just means your emotional system was deeply activated. Now, let's flip that to the opposite side, laughter. Yes, some people start laughing uncontrollably after orgasm. And again, this is not something to be embarrassed about. It's your nervous system releasing tension. Think about it. Laughter, crying, even yawning, they're all ways your body regulates intense emotional or physical states. And orgasm is one of the most intense states your body can experience. So sometimes that energy has to go somewhere, and it comes out in unexpected ways. Now, here's something very important. These reactions don't happen all the time. For most people who experience them, they happen occasionally, unpredictably, and often more during partnered intimacy rather than when alone. And that tells us something very powerful. It's not just physical, it's emotional and psychological too. Because when you're with another person, there's vulnerability, connection, trust, sometimes even pressure. And all of that adds another layer to the experience. So your body isn't just responding to touch, it's responding to the entire situation. Now, let me be very clear about something. In most cases, these reactions are completely harmless. They are just your body processing an intense experience. But there are certain situations where you should not ignore symptoms. If you ever experience a sudden, severe headache, like the worst headache of your life, loss of consciousness, severe pain, or anything that feels extreme and unusual, you need to seek medical attention immediately. Because while rare, some symptoms can be linked to underlying health issues. Now let's talk about what really matters, how you should think about this, because this is where confidence comes in. If you've ever experienced something like this and felt embarrassed or worried about how your partner might react, I want you to understand something. Your body is not betraying you. It's expressing complexity. And in many ways, it's a sign that your system is highly responsive. Now imagine this. Instead of feeling embarrassed, you understand what's happening. You stay calm, you stay present, you even communicate it openly. That changes everything. Because confidence is not about being perfect, it's about understanding yourself. Now, let me say something especially important for men watching this. If your partner experiences something like this, do not panic. Do not assume something is wrong. Do not make it awkward. Instead, stay calm, be present, and most importantly, create a space where she feels safe. Because how you respond in that moment will shape how she feels about intimacy with you in the future, and that's powerful. Now, let's bring this all together. Orgasm is not just a physical release, it's a full-body neurological event. And sometimes that event creates unexpected reactions, physical, emotional, or both. But in most cases, it's completely normal. And once you understand it, you stop fearing it. You stop overthinking it, and you start experiencing intimacy in a much more relaxed, confident way. This is what we do here on Real Talk Bedroom. We talk about the things people feel but don't know how to explain. I'm Dr. Chloe Anderson, and if this opened your mind even a little, make sure you subscribe to Real Talk Bedroom, because the more you understand your body, the more control, confidence, and connection you create in your life. And before you go, I want you to think about this. Have you ever experienced something like this and stayed silent about it? Because sometimes understanding one weird moment can completely change how you see yourself. Take care of yourself, because your body isn't strange, it's powerful.